24 hours after protests rocked the alleged rape scandal. Well, I want to begin by commending the people who participated in the protest yesterday, and I also want to commend the pastor for listening to Voice of Reason. This does not automatically confer guilt on you. It only means you are responsive to social process, all right, and that's very important. So let me quickly go into the letter this morning. The post by the pastor himself this morning announcing that he's taking absence of leave. Whether you call it absence of leave or you call it step down, we are all saying the same thing. It simply means for now, excuse the pulpit, while this so that you can separate the name of the church and institution from your own name. So Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo wrote as follows, says, the past few days have been very sobering for me. I have taken time to pray and seek spiritual counsel from Christian leaders around the world who feel very concerned about the ongoing reports in the media. I have solicited their guidance on actions I should take that are honoring to our Lord Jesus Christ and the work he has called me to do. Drawing from their counsel and that of the leadership of the Commonwealth of Zion Assembly, and owing to my love for God's work and the sacred honor of my calling, I have decided to take a leave of absence from the pulpit of the church. Although it would break my heart to tatters to stay a day without doing ministry, I believe it is the right thing to do at this time. It is in the interest of the flock of Christ that issues concerning me do not become a distraction to their worship of their Lord. This step enables me to submit to the concerns of my spiritual mentors as they consider all the issues that have been raised against me. My confidence in the Lord remains unwavering, though I do not understand all that is happening. I trust the Lord to lead and guide me one step at a time. Kindly pray for me and the congregation of Coza as we seek the face of the Lord during these turbulent times. Thank you and God bless you. All right, let me quickly get to, again, Pastor Fatoyinbo, you did what is most honorable. Although I wonder why, or I'm worried about why it took so long for you to take the most honorable decision of just stepping down at once and letting the church move on while you clear the scandal alone. You know, you may have been the one who built this institution, but you don't also want to sink it in scandal all by yourself. All right. But what is important always at every time is that whenever you build something, we should always separate ourselves so that it doesn't look like a personal thing to us alone. All right, because it has now involved other people, especially people who are worshippers, who are workers, who are ministers, who are in the ministry, who are into the fold, people who believe in you, your fans and all of that. You should have to respect all of these people. We have been talking about this for a very long time. It took protest actions that rocked your church or the institution before you hearkened. I do not find that encouraging. I think you should have just honorably done what was right from the first time the allegation came out and people already started using social media. You did not need to wait for people to come on the street. Now let me come to Nigerian youth. This is very instructive. This stepping down by Pastor Fatoyinbo is very significant and very symbolic. It will have impact on our streets. Number one, a lot of people who used to believe that some people can be above the law will now begin to reason that if there's public uproar, they will have no option. It will pressure. Otherwise, they want to sink what they built with their hands. That is number one. Number two lesson we should drive from this is that there is power in Nigerian youth. The only development we can have in Nigeria now only rests on Nigerian youth and their ability and readiness and willingness to resist. I was at the protest yesterday and I'm so interested and I'm so happy that we did what we did yesterday. We used both social media and the streets. We went on the streets to call that, Pastor, please step down. I'm not saying you're guilty. Nobody is passing guilt to you. But for serial allegations to have come from different persons at the same person over the same matter, at least it was normal, first of all, that you allow, yourself be removed from the name of the church, first of all, so that you don't sink the institution you use your hand to build. All right. So And that is on one side. And I want to also say to those people who are saying, oh, that protest was useless, it was needless, it was, what was the need, that people are just embarrassing themselves. At least you can now see that social pressure can lead to revolution, and that is what is most important and very instructive at this time. So if you have been shying away from protests or afraid of whatever, you can now see that the only way Nigeria can move forward is not just by holding on to your keypad. And all of you, the soapy generation, shaku generation, you don't do shaku as I do too, but I don't let my brain sink with shaku. When it is time to do something that is right, I say, calm, this is a clarion call. Otherwise, what future are we living for our children? If you are currently disappointed in your parents for not reacting to social vices that made this country to dip so much in this quagmire that we find ourselves today, you should want to correct what your parents failed to do by not coming out to voice against bad governance. Nigeria should not be like this today with bad governance. If all of you, that are thousands of you, the number of people that went to protest yesterday, I'm not sure they were up to 500. And look at the result, less than 24 hours, the pastor listened and reasoned. The same thing can happen if all of us come out to say, no, so person stole money in government, and we want him investigated, and we want him to be relieved of that position. The authorities will have no option if they see embarrassment, if they see. And that is why I want to encourage young people, please share this video, let them see it. If you have anybody who is doing soapy, who is doing shaku, who is doing zanku, tell them they should not rot away in zanku. You don't lose your brain with zanku. There are some people who are so fanatic about whatever they do, especially if it does not contribute any meaningful impact to their lives. Let us start talking sense to them. Yes, I do shaku too. I can do shaku. I do shoki. In fact, I was so into shoki so much that I went to stadium to go and see. We organized the program and brought the guy by ourselves, Lukesh, because I so much loved shoki. But I cannot see Lukesh leading younger people or younger generation into rubbish, and I will not call Lukesh to order. Say no, whether by using social media or by using anything, I will say, guy, come. That is not. I don't support this. Olamide follows me on Instagram. I love Olamide's music. I can chew his rap from A to Z. But when Olamide started showing some things, I said, guy, come. This is not what we expect of you. You have become voice of the street, and you should be using it positively. Because these people copy what you do. You don't lose your brain with soapy dance. You don't lose your brain with shaku. You don't lose your brain. All of us are young people, and we want to see a better country. So we should not be doing bullshit. Don't lose your brain to shaku. That's exactly the point I'm making. Alright, if you want to protest against Uruga, you don't just use social media. Look at the way we followed the social media opera with street action yesterday, and in less than 24 hours there's results. The same thing can happen with Nigerian government if we have bad governance. We can always go out and back it up. Look at the Ensued protest that you guys came out for. Did we not get results? We got results. In fact, it so much attracted the government at the federal level that they had to say they wanted to immediately call for review of enabling laws of SARS. That they said the SARS must immediately be reviewed. So it goes to show that there's power in your coming out to support you don't just sit back and say government has failed us. Yahoo is the next thing to go. No. Government has failed. That is the reason you should come out and say no to this. If you feel government has done anything unjust, let us say no to this. If you want to protest against Ruga, I'm not in support of those calling for the opposition of Ruga settlement. I'm not in support of it. But if I see somebody that convinces me, I will join. For instance, if you call a protest and I look at the demands of your protests, I will not only join, I will mobilize and convince other people to join. I will mobilize people for you. For instance, somebody like I met Femi Falana 2 days ago. You must have seen it on this channel. Maybe I should show you some pictures that we had together while he was talking to me after the interview. It made me understand a few things. Like, this is an opportunity for the Southwest if they open their head. Who says that Fulani has monopoly of? Who told you that Fulani has monopoly of cattle rearing or of grazing? No, there's nothing that says that. If you want to do it, you can now let them give us rights to let everybody start investing in. Southwest consumes, I learned, about 100,000 cow every day, the entire southwest, about 100,000 cow. If people open their heads, learn, understand this thing, and go into the business, in fact, the Fulani people will even be afraid of you doing that business. Because the moment people, Igbo, Yoruba, enter that business too, we will forget oil. So if we open it in the southwest, and see, I want to be a herdsman. Yes, but I don't have to be a Fulani. So let us start removing the adjective Fulani from the phrase herdsman or the word herdsman. You can be a Yoruba herdsman. You can be an Igbo herdsman. It's a business. Is it not meat? Don't you do pork? If you can do snail farming, you can do fish farming, you can do any kind of farming. You can also do grazing of cows. It's just a question of expanse of land. Get it and get your own species of cow that you want to be grazing. It's as simple as that now. It doesn't have to be Fulani. It doesn't have to be Fulani. It only has to be who is interested, what value, what business or profit orientation it brings. So if we all can say, okay, we want grazing in Southwest, we want meat in Lagos, we want meat in Ondo, we want meat in Ogun, we want meat in Osun, Ekiti, Oyo, and the rest of them. Fine, but we want to be rearing those things by ourselves. Nothing stops you. And we have land. We have land, for instance, go to Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Apart from churches that are just collecting free money every Sunday, you can also have expanse of land along Lagos Ibadan Expressway that is grazing, and Yoruba people will be in charge of that business. There's no law that says it must be Fulani people. So if you have, for instance, all right, a protest that says we want grazing, but controlled by Yoruba people for themselves, I would join that protest. Say yes, we want our Southwest governors or even Yoruba people who are well to invest in grazing for Yoruba people. So the Fulani herdsman, I don't like it for a reason that it has ethnic sentiment. We can have Yoruba herdsman, we can have Igbo herdsman. It is a business. It's a business if you want to enter it. I'm a graduate. All right. I studied biz admin. I studied media. I trained for media work. I had biz admin. I have biz certificate in biz admin, business administration, and I also I studied and I have BSc in psychology. But guess what? Those things will not guarantee me an employment. But get out. Immediately out of my page, I'm going to ban you. All right, I don't see many people who attacked me on Facebook yesterday after I said the pastor should step down and allow reason. They attacked me, but today I've been vindicated. The pastor listened and steps down. Nobody is saying he's automatically guilty. I don't want irrational people on my wall. I don't send you. I'm not looking for useless followers. I'm not looking for soapy people who cannot reason. I don't want huge followers who are brain dead. I'm looking for people who can think. In my day destiny, I'm telling you, warn yourself now. This country is already so bad, and I'm not doing sentiments to talk. I'm doing reason. If you want to antagonize what I'm saying, bring reason. The following are the reasons we should not allow it. Then I will understand you. We need to educate ourselves. It should be intellectual confrontation, not physical brawl. I'm not interested. You have just been saying shut up, blah 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 blah. You have not told me the reason. And I've given you the reason I want us to allow it and hone it by ourselves. There's nothing that says it must only be Fulani herdsmen that will be operating them. We can have it and hone them and also operate them by ourselves. I don't condone brain dead youths, because are the problems we have in this country. The problem we have in this country is that we have the statistic of useless people. And they are the ones directing the direction of leadership in this country, because democracy is about numbers. It's not about the quality of your brain. So Imade, that is just to let you know that next time you don't come on my wall and say bullshit. If you have what to say, say it. Don't bring sentiment on my page. Say, okay, the following are the reasons I don't support it, and we will look at it together. That's the way I think. I don't think the way of sentiment. I don't think, oh, because I'm a Christian, I'm against Muslims. Because I'm a Yoruba, I'm against Igbo. I don't do that shit. All right. So that's on one side. Then Ayo Paul Atobatele, thank you. When they attack you, call them out. No room for silliness, I beg. Yes, I'm done with idiots. I just have to quickly clear that idiot out of my way. I don't have time for them. This country is already sinking and we need to move forward. That Imadi guy, for instance, does not have a job. If you ask, he doesn't have a job. And we are telling him, giving him business idea of how he can be. You don't have, see, grazing does not mean you have to be, ranching especially, does not mean you have to be using stick to be chasing cows from Lagos to Port Harcourt. What is the essence of that? Are the cows trying to lose weight? No. But we have an expanse of land where cows can graze. We can get, you see, we can pressure government to give loan in agriculture. If we do a protest, we can pressure government to allow commercial banks give loans to graduates who are interested in agriculture, who are interested in farming, who are interested in grazing. If we pressure government and under one week we get results, it will benefit Imade who are jobless like this, the Imade Destiny guy. It will benefit people like you. But because you think cow grazing is only about uneducated Fulanis, you are wasting your time. It's because you don't open your brain. If graduates go into grazing, for instance, do you know that they'll be better off being employed in oil company? They'll be better off than becoming soapy generation following one guy we no get, and we just sing like him best. All of you are following him and you are singing and you are doing. Why are we wasting? Why are we like this? Kill on Shane now. And we are even trying to liberate you. You don't get brain. The brain is finished and we are even trying to see whether we can rescue something out of it. Irony. I'm even surprised that the guy. Anyways, let me leave that one. So if we join voices together, we can start doing something correct with ourselves. So we need this country to really move forward. Whether you are going to split or not, whether you are going to say Hausa go your way, Igbo go your way, Yoruba go your way, if we own cattle, even if we go our separate ways, everybody has their cattle already, or their grazing land, or their ranches already. There's nothing that says you cannot have your ranch. Open your brain now. Come on, that sentiment. Where has sentiment led you to? No, where has it taken you so far? We have been using sentiment all this while. Where has it taken us? Olatunji Shefiu, I see you. Caleb Ogbaje on YouTube. On Facebook, Cletus page, there will say the government cannot do such because they will be asking for so many documents, all because they want to collect loans. But they are, see, that is the power of protest. That is where protest comes in. If you protest that there are so many graduates, government will be forced to say, okay, you know what? Can we have a list of people who are interested in farming? They will do something. According to Karl Marx, development is defined as thesis versus antithesis equals to synthesis. And I'll explain that. It means oppression versus resistance will lead to a new change, a new equilibrium. There will be a new change. But if you don't resist it at all, nothing will happen. We can use protest to force the banks. We can use protest to force the bank, to force government to compel the banks to start giving loan to. See, my certificate as a graduate should not be capable of obtaining at least 1 million naira loan as a graduate. I have the intent. I want to do it. I need fund, and I'm a graduate. I showed myself approved by going to study, but I don't have a job, and I need this thing. I need loan. Your certificate can be a collateral. Yes. If we do protest so much, we can force banks to start recognizing. Why would banks be giving loan to politicians who are not even sure about winning, but because they have name? But you are a graduate and they have tested your ability and skill, and they still don't want to give you. We can protest about it. If all unemployed graduates come out, we can do this. Cletus says, I do collect loan here in Germany. You see? But I'm just saying, if you cannot reason beyond petty sentiments or liability, exactly, that's the point. Brack 6 say Hong Kong is a perfect example of how protest can be effective. Exactly. And we also did it yesterday at that church. Osasu John said Nigeria's problem is not tribes, it's regional problem. Olatunji Shefiu, I hope Fulani will not take over at the end of the what we are hearing. If you own it, nobody takes over from it. If we invest in it and own what we invest in, like we also want to be into grazing business. Now, it is not the primary or conventional right of Fulani to do grazing. All right. Bamjoshi says, as we speak, Hong Kong protest has invaded their legislative arm of government. You see? And they will force them to make laws in their favor. Our youth are mentally dead. Exactly. And our government is enjoying it because it enables them to do what they like and get away with it. They systematically ruined the education sector. Exactly. Imadi Destiny came back and said, now you are right. What was I wrong about before? No, what was I wrong about? So it means you did not listen before, Abi. Thank God I have blessed you. I have changed your mind now. Thank you. Go and sin no more. Alright? So next time, listen well and open your brain. Don't just attack people for sentimental reasons because you are Yoruba. No. Yoruba can go into that business and own it. That's the point. Bamjoshi, and so, ladies and gentlemen, family, please welcome Imadi Destiny. He has just been, he just got his salvation. So you see why we have some time to let them, to whip them. Our youths. Imadi, you are welcome to the fold. Osasu say, oh yes, Mrs. Brexit, we are going to do that very soon. I'm telling you, before the end of this year, 2019 is a big revolution. There's a big revolution that will happen. Okay, Bamjoshi, by the 15th century, some Fulani had largely abandoned herding and settled to become scholars and counselors in the courts of the Hausa rulers. Bamjoshi said the rest maintained seasonal migration in their herds, relying on the settled elite Fulani to ensure right of passage and access to pasture. On Facebook, Chukwundu Davis says banks are individual business. They are out for profit. The sincerity of the graduates to return the money and retrieve the certificate is too slim. Not an option. Well, there might be other things attached to the certificate. Aside from the certificate, there might be other things, attached to it to make it collateral or worthy collateral. All right. Exactly, Vladimir. He's a born again now. Imade Sopi. Olatunji Shefiu say, I hear a Wikonko show about the Fulani. What did he say? I have not heard that. But the reality is that let us not use sentiments to react to everything. If Buhari says he wants anything across the country, what Yoruba should be thinking is how they can put money into it and take over or own it. That is the way you should be thinking, not saying we don't want. No, now. Igbo too. Igbos are the most industrious people that I have known in Nigeria. But I'm also disappointed that they are attacking the heads or settlement idea. Don't put sentiment. It is a business. Ibrahim Akin said, you're on point, bro. We really need to stop being sentimental. This country can only move forward when we are ready to live together. Exactly the point. Ajayi says, Shegun, if you remember clearly, even the great Obafemi Awolowo brought a species from... That was what, if you saw the interview that is now trending on social media, Amawedele Momodu already posted it, everybody is now sharing it. I had that interview with Falano. Alright. Falano was the person who said that, and he reminded us that Awolowo brought a species. He brought a species from Argentina to do another ranch in the southwest. If you look at that video, well, now me interview Falano for that video where they see. You understand these points now. I understand some people have some sentiment for the Yoruba and the Southwest and they don't want it. But if we let these ideas coincide, let's not fight. Let us just interact or interface these ideas and come up with something meaningful and profitable. It will benefit us. I don't have a job. I want to be a headsman. Do you get it? You don't see the business angle of it. Oh, I get Igbo blood from my blood small. Okay, Jesus is coming, says Shege, I support the protest yesterday, but why are they abusing members that church? That is rubbish. No, we caution people that we're trying to harass members of the church that they are innocent of the alleged crime. All right. The only thing that some of the protesters were although trying to do was to tell them, I saw when one member was coming out with her daughter. No, with his daughter, a guy with his daughter from the church, and somebody was trying to say, be careful, make this your pastor no go rape this your daughter. Oh. That was what result, and the guy was reacting. That was what caused, and we immediately settled that. So I don't also believe in attacking people while protesting. No, it's a peaceful protest. We are not harmed with gun or anything that can be harmful to people. You're welcome, Ogini Efratat Aj. DJ Blaze Italy say this is me, Imadi Destiny. This is me, Imadi Destiny. Okay, you left Facebook to come on YouTube to come and comment. All right, that's great. Olatunji Shefu, have the government implemented it? No, it is still in the works. Some states have already accepted it and they are working on it. Jesus is coming to say, I believe we the youth can come. Okay, Bamjoshi, your agbada shows you are ready to be a headsman. Now, kilo fishing, you no be business. Olatunji Shefu, I watch your show with Dad Falano. Yeah, thank you so much. Ibrahim Akinse, I saw the interview. I really appreciate what you did. Mr. Falano's opinion says a lot. It is business idea now. The embassies say there are three sides of a story: white, black, and grey. Color on here. Bamjoshi, women go rush you, Uncle Shegun, when you establish your ranch. Ranchman. Stop whining me, Bamjoshi. Adejon Stella, Shegun, you are good. God bless you. I miss you. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Sonia Pius, say good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sonia Pius. Bunat Osarobo. Good afternoon from Italy. Okay, this is Nigeria. This is morning. I think we are also almost into the afternoon. Oh, it's afternoon already in Nigeria. Yeah. Pio Ajayi said, when I stopped listening to Nigerian music for a while, it wasn't because they sing badly, but because they aren't passing anything positive in this age to the youths, helping you. Okay, Jesus comes and say, Shege, you resemble one of the herdsmen alone. I'm already preparing myself to be one. So don't be surprised when you hear that I own a ranch. I need people, I need investors, so bring money. Let us go and start a ranch. Expressway. But I'm just your Uncle Shegun, don't let them give you crest though. I know be woman now. If man drink crest, you don't get any effect. Daniel Jokovic just a laugh. Okay, easy to envy. Say, Shegun, you really doing well, Israel. Okay, thank you so much from Israel. Ganil Tyro say, can CEO step down? Every CEO is also an employee of the organization. If you don't separate yourself from the business, you will bankrupt the business. You have to know how to do that. You have to know how to sometimes separate your sentiments from the business. Otherwise, you'll bankrupt it. You can always come back to it. Temporarily just imagine, just observe some things and then come back to say, okay, I'm back. Winner Alomo says it's just been delivered. Yeah, he's been delivered. He left Facebook to come over to YouTube. Easy to envy say, try to reach your number yesterday. Israel, Maryland, USA. Okay, please try after this broadcast. If you call it doesn't work, please do WhatsApp message. Sometimes I put my phone on do not disturb when I'm doing something with the phone. Maybe when I'm doing a live broadcast or something. Sometimes call will not come in. You're welcome, DJ Blaze Italy. Say nice talk. Olatunji Shefu. But we need to think of our future, because I don't understand Buhari plan for Nigeria. We should hone it. Whatever plan Buhari has, we can always hijack it if we open our brain. That's the point. Chief Shegun, how much for the ranch? Message me. Let us do some feasibility work together. The number is 081-70747424, 081-70747424. Don't call, WhatsApp. Thank you. DJ Blaze, they say this is DJ Blaze. Okay, you're welcome, DJ Blaze. Jesus is coming to say, ever since you caught your dada Lauren, things have changed. Gidigon, Kid Pit Top. I already told you that I was not a fan of dread before. I did that dread because I wanted to be in solidarity with the people that were being harassed by SARS. That was why I made it dread. Ibrahim Akin say, for God's sake, we need to solve the problem, and one of the ways is to establish ranches. You can never see anyone going around with cows on the street like it is in ours. Exactly. And this is the time we need to really kite up our business acumen and hone the idea of the ranches in the southwest as it is coming to the southwest, and also in the southeast as it is going to the southeast. Shegun, does it mean the state government is in charge of its administration and how the Ruga will run, or the federal government will dictate or recommend administrations? We should not only leave it in the hands of government. Individuals who are well to do, who have money, should also start encouraging their own people to go into ranching business. Empower your people to go into ranching business. Because there's anything that has crisis at a particular time has a potential to be the next, economic giant of the country. So now that there's crisis over, there was a time people were killing themselves over gold. Gold became the economic determinant. Now that there is killing over, cattle, because of the large consumption of protein and meat every day, it means the next economic determinant may be cow. So we should start opening our brains to start going into how we can also collect it. So it will now become history to say herdsmen is associated or cow ranching is associated with Fulani. Do you get it now? So we should open our brain and hone it, collect it. Individuals can also invest in it. Busola Esther say, I need your number. Don't call now. 081 70747424 081 70 74 74 24. Do WhatsApp message. All right, if the time is auspicious to call, I will indicate via the WhatsApp that okay, please, we can call. I may even call you by myself if I find the time. All right, but just do WhatsApp message. I always appreciate that. Ability Mike say, please Shegun, did you know or hear any news about the release of Leah Sharibu, the Christian girl in Boko Haram custody? I've not heard that she's been released yet. Pressures are still ongoing to force the federal government to mount further pressure on Boko Haram to release. Or I think they already gave up military might, and they already did negotiation to get others while leaving their Sharibu behind. So government is only doing negotiation, and now they are even putting money. They are putting money into ransoms. Do you understand it? If you don't build schools, you build terrorists. You build prisons. If you don't build schools, you build prisons. If you don't invest in people, you invest in kidnappers. If you don't invest in business, you invest in terrorists. That is what we will have. That's why Nigeria is like this. All right, but the youth can always come out to make sure that the pressure government to look away from the wrong direction and start facing the right direction. And that's the point we have been trying to make all the whiles. So Bamjo said, please reduce the consumption of red meat. However, rear them for the booming leather factory. So many things you can do with cow meat. It doesn't only have to be consumption by mouth. That's another angle. Leather factory. Cow meat is useful and very significant in the production of leather. All right, so why do you now see other byproducts from cow, other things we can do by the way from cow? It's a very big industry. Olatunji Chef, is it only Fulani should be doing cow rearing? It's business. We all can go in since there is no target job in Nigeria. Exactly, that's the point. And I think people are now getting to understand it. Bamjoshi say, okay, Becca Gabriel say, cow equals to cancer will never be dominant food source again. It doesn't have to be food source. It can be leather. It can be milk production. There are so many things you can get from cow now. Do you understand it? Michael Tolu Oluwatowoju, families have ranches in the US here. All it takes is just to have lands and brain. God bless you. God bless you, Oluwatowoju. At least people have brain. Ibrahim Akin also, bro, I think we youth need to be ready and start working towards 2023 from now. Not to start campaigning 3 months before election. And it is very important that we stay united. Exactly. They say cow business is personal. It's not a government business. Exactly. It's part of farming business. Israel Adepoju, this is my first time joining you on live chat, but we have been your subscriber for a year now. Israel from Dubai. Love the way you conduct your program always. Thank you so much. I invite more people to this channel. Becca Gabriel says milk. No. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I thought he said they also derive milk from cow. Oh, from where do we get milk? Those natural milk. I want to be educated, I'm open to education, all right? Abunat Osarobu says, I'm enjoying every bit of your shoe. Shoe. You wanted to spell shoe, you spell shoe. Type Wabi. It means I've been writing shoe. in your conversation with other people, so your device auto corrected it to shoe for you. Now show you won't talk. Thank you very much. So I think at this point I don't want it to be too long. This is 35 minutes already, because of the sake of people who are still sleeping at their own time in other abroad countries, overseas countries I mean. And then by the time they wake up, if they see that it is so long, some people they will skip it, they just want to hear the end. So let us allow them enjoy the beginning till the end. So I want to cut it at this point. I'll see you guys sometime later. Thank you so much. Don't stop talking about the things that matter. My name is Shegun. If you are new on this channel, click subscribe. If you love what we discussed today, share this video with other people in your WhatsApp, in Facebook, and everywhere. In fact, by the way, it is live on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, LinkedIn. So if you love what we said, you don't need to copy the link and go and put on Facebook. It is live simultaneously on all those platforms. So you can just go and look for Object TV Media on your preferred platform where you want to share it. Anywhere you want to share, just go on the platform and click share. All right, thank you so much. You might as well like the page on Facebook, so that whether you are on Facebook at the moment you are going live, you see it live on Facebook. Whether you are on YouTube at the time you are going live, you see it live on YouTube. Whether you are live on Periscope at the time, you see it live on Periscope. So my broadcasts are always simultaneous on across all those platforms except Instagram, because Instagram does not for now allow us to stream simultaneously on their platform. But we are hoping that very soon maybe IGTV will allow that to incorporate that. So thank you everybody. On day, thank you Bam Joshi. And also you say and can also be for schools to come and learn. Yeah, agree. So share this page, recommend this page to your friends, share this video. Let us all learn. Let us stop using sentiments to attack everything. I will see you again. My name is Shegun Olawoye, aka Shegun O.